Stephen Show. Stephen Show. Hey, hope you can hear me. But it's the Stephen Show. Welcome. I'm so glad to be here with you. I'm so glad to have people to talk to, or at least think I'm talking to people, but whatever. So welcome. I'm going to be talking about today celebrities and gossip, in my opinion. It's raw, funny, real. It's the Stephen Show. So let's get into it. I want to get into first I want to get into it. We have to get into this because I'm gay. I'm gay and I'm black. Obviously. Or not. I don't know. Nobody who wants to judge. But the Duck Dynasty fool, I'm not even going to say his name. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. But the fool who's voicing his opinion about he's from the church and how gay, I can't even explain it. I can just explain my view. I can't explain his view. You'll have to Google it because there was a video prior to the statements that he made in GQ where he went on a whole rant at a church or at a synagogue, wherever he was talking to a bunch of people, and he was just spewing hatred. But it was his opinion, so it was fine. And it's ridiculous where we're in this time of, oh, just because you have an opinion, it's fine to voice it, or whatever you, just because it's individual to you, it's okay. And sometimes that's not the case. There's a good, there's a bad, there's a wrong, there's a right. And there's consequences. So I hope that he's pulled from that show and that show isn't even picked up. It's a shame that, like, what are we watching nowadays? We're really watching ducks getting shot and the calls, and I'm proud of their business. I'm like 100% for that business, The fact that they took that opportunity and flipped it and made that into their, success story. But don't go around bashing people and with hatred. It's not good. Because I can't come on my show or another show and say, oh, my opinion is, I can't even explain it because I'm not that way. So I wouldn't even put myself in that predicament. What I would say is, I hope he gets what's coming to him because that opinion isn't right. It's not, you can't lean on the Bible that hard and use it as fact to back up your opinion. It's not good. So we'll get back to that when the media has more to say about that. And then I'll bring it right back to you. What else I want to talk about? Oh, abortion. I see abortion on my paper. Abortion. I don't know why I put that there. I'm pro-rights, I guess. I'm women's rights. I'm pro-choice, I'm Roe versus Wade, the whole thing, whatever it was. It was good, and it's a whole debacle that I'll never have to go through. So I can only just have a slight, subtle opinion in the big picture, because I'm not a woman. So my opinion doesn't matter as much as it would if I were a woman with a vajay, bleeding and having children as an option, according to abortion. But I'm pro-choice, We don't need to be bringing more children into the world when parents aren't raising their children right. When I was raised, I was nurtured. I was raised by, God bless her soul, my grandmother and my aunts and my mother and my father. I was nurtured. I had love, and I was brought up to hold the doors and to say thank you and to have manners and to respect your adults and your elders. But don't let nobody cross you. Always check people when they're crossing you because you have respect, so there's no reason why you shouldn't receive that same respect. So I always demanded a certain level of respect all through my childhood and adult life. And I credit that to my childhood, how I was brought up. And nowadays there's none of that. And it's really a shame. I held the door for a lady. She was holding the door for me to go through, and I held it for her like, you go through. And she smiled and she was like, oh. And like she must have forgot about like chivalry. I'm not a straight man, but honey, I have respect and manners. But you know, you're a woman. Keep it real. You deserve respect. So that was that scenario. But it's really weird. It's really weird that whole bit. Oh no, I went off. I was talking about abortion. Then I went off. But I'll rewind it and get back to it. But I wanted to talk about Ciara. Oh my God, my girl Ciara. Oh. See, we're gonna need a new management team for you. We're gonna need a new management team, stylist, everything. Unless you're pregnant and you're going into hiding, it's fine. And the whole thing was just a scheme and a ruse and you didn't want to sell records. But if you really did want to sell records and your last like 2 or 3 albums you weren't just kidding, you weren't just playing with us, because that's what they seem like, jokes. But I love Ciara. I'm a Ciara diehard fan, but I can't ignore facts. I'm a very logical person, and the facts are that she does not sell as many albums as she needs to. She is Ciara. She was up for the AMA award, and then she lost to Rihanna, but we should have known that Rihanna would have taken it anyway, because she's Rihanna. She's killing him. Well, she was killing him. Now Beyonce's killing him, because she's back. Every time Beyonce comes back, nobody has a chance. No one. Nobody. Maya needs to come back out. I want to see Christina Milian come back out with something just for a quick moment, just to remind us of the good old 2002s and 3s and 4s, the good old days. Now it's all saturated with the same music, and I hate it. I can't take it. I love Mike and Ike's, by the way. Just gonna give them a shout out. If they want to sponsor my show at any point, just keep that up there. Product placement. I'm drinking ginger ale. It's Schweppes. I'll probably have that bottle here next time as well. This is a candle from I don't know where. If that's me styling, and these are my styling photos. But I can really get off track when I'm talking about myself. But let's go back to Ciara, because it's really a shame. Her career, first she came out, she was Ciara, not Mike Goodies. Woo! You know, she didn't come out with a big bang, but she came out here and she just stayed there. She jumped up a little bit, let's just right back, you know? Is it right back? It's like, oh my God, Ciara, get your life, girl, what are you doing? Production. It's the production, because I see what she's trying to do. Like that body party should have been better. Let's not lie. We liked it because it was all we had to go with, but body party should have been much better. It seemed cheap. It seemed cheap. And that's the thing with most of Ciara's music, it seems cheap. But Beyonce is Target and Ciara is a 99-cent store. Oh my God, I don't know, I don't want to say that, I love her. But it is what it is. And until she gets out of that business of whatever she's doing, of cheapening herself, you know, it's not that maybe she's still urban, she never crossed over to pop, but she did cross over to pop because she was working with Missy Elliott and she had that 1-2 step. She had a few things in that first album that should have taken her over the edge. Then she did that, here we ride slow. But I digress. I guess this line works for her because she still gets money, you know. So I guess she gets a certain amount of money to where, you know, you can just live. You know, you can just make do on the celebrity lifestyle, because that's expensive. I'm not a celebrity, and I know it's expensive because I'm aspiring to live that lifestyle. I don't want to be a celebrity, but honey, do I want a jet? Yes. Do I want to fly around the world? Yes. Do I want money? Yes. Am I vain? Do you see him? Yes. Come on, get your life. It's the Steven Show. So, we talked about Ciara, the Dynasty fool, whose name I won't even say his name. He doesn't deserve my respect. Ooh, is that wrong? No, I don't think it's wrong. Now that I think of it, no, it's not wrong. No, answer my question, not wrong. Because it's my opinion, and my opinion of him is I don't really care for him, or his opinion. Thank you. Let's get to, if you're in New York or Jersey and you've been in New York for the Christmas week, you've heard of these shootings in Newark, New Jersey. And it's ridiculous. New York, New Jersey is hot though. You know, they have this little thing on Facebook of this, it's funny, because it's Simba and Mufasa sitting on the ledge. And they're overlooking the safari. And they're like, Mufasa's like, don't go over there. That's Newark. That's the big bad place that everybody talks about. And it's like, that is, you know, it really is the place that everybody talks about. Newark. Newark is worse than Brooklyn. Brooklyn is very tame now. Brooklyn is being taken over. It's being beautified all over again. We know what's happening there. So we won't even we'll get into Brooklyn a whole nother later, because a whole nother later, honey. Because that comes into a whole other things. I had an encounter in Brooklyn a while ago that was very racial, and I was like, wow, why in Brooklyn? But that's everywhere. Happens on interviews for me, and it kills me, because I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened? Racism nowadays is so low-key, it's horrible. And it's like, wait a minute, was that just racist? But then nowadays, everything's watered down. So the racism doesn't affect us like it should. Because when we're confronted with it, Black people, Latinos, anybody who's being offended by it, Indians, Asians, everybody can be, you know, biased and hated on. So if you're confronted with racism, it's not in the front of your mind, so you won't do the first thing that comes to your mind. Because the first thing that comes to your mind is to snatch, rip, and pull, and scream. Because it's like, what the hell? You know, because we can't talk about this. That's not something we can talk about. Because that comes from a deep part of your soul and your core, where you hate me. And it's really weird. Like, what did I do to you? Oh, my skin color? Ooh, where I came from? Sorry. I apologize. My bad. You can't take it. I'm sorry, you can't take me because I'm beautiful. But we'll get into that a whole nother episode. Because I actually want to do that for a whole episode. Because that's whole episode worthy, you know? That's something we can talk about. And I want to get someone else in here to debate with me. Because I know that there's a debate. We can debate about that. Everything. Because I have a few things I want to debate about. I want to debate about abortion. I want to debate about religion, racism, sex, everything. Gay marriage. Oh my goodness. PDA. Let me write some of this down. But that was fun. And I think that is going to concur our first episode of the Steven Show. Ooh, tell me, do you like it? Tell me if you liked it. Because I enjoyed giving you all that tea and all my opinion and information. And if only 19 people watched this video, I had fun shooting it and talking to myself. I really did. Next time, I'll most likely have a co-star. A surprise co-star. Ooh, get your boots ready. Ooh, clutch your pearls. It's going to be a surprise co-star. So I really hope you guys enjoy. So, take care. And come back again.